So it's a beautiful Saturday morning. We're here at Costco today, just grabbing some supplies. And you know, I was thinking when we're talking about barterable items, and many of you have mentioned this a million times, but alcohol, stuff like this right here, very, very barterable. No matter how bad times get, usually when the worse times get, the more people drink. So, you know, if you have the means, maybe you pick up some alcohol, cheap stuff, smaller bottles, things that you can barter with. So you don't need a large bottle. Get some small bottles of vodka, gin, whiskey. That's going to be very, very barterable. Jack Daniels. That's a good one right there, because this stuff's going to last. It's going to have a long shelf life. And remember, if you cut yourself and you need to disinfect a wound, alcohol, Jack Daniels, vodka, it'll do the trick. So this stuff's available right now. You can buy this stuff right now, put it away. It doesn't have to be a name brand, doesn't have to be the most expensive, but you know, get something if you can on sale, or if you can get it at a discount or at a good price like here at Costco. Maybe it's a good idea to put a case of this stuff away while you can. I would say that Costco's meat department is priced better than most places, yet look at how much meat has exploded in price. It's really, really incredible. And this really is probably the most discounted place that you're going to buy meat, at least that I know of in my area. But when you look at the price of chicken, pork, beef, it's unbelievable. Even at places like Costco, how much the prices have exploded. So, all the dog food here. Whole aisle of dog food. And I can't stress the importance. I love animals. You all know that. Dogs, cats, you name it, everything. I can't stress the importance that you are preparing for your animals, for your pets. So you can buy dog food today. It's going up. Prices are skyrocketing, and sad but true. I was reading an article today on The Hedge, I believe it was. Maybe it was another news outlet. But people are turning their pets in at record numbers. The shelters are being overwhelmed. And I just actually made a donation to a shelter a couple nights ago. And if you have pets, make sure that you're putting food away for them, because this thing is, you know, I'm out here today and there's hundreds of people at the store today. Shelves look pretty stacked, and you would never be able to tell that anything is going on other than the prices are exploding. But as far as inventory, it's here. Shelves are stocked up. It doesn't look like there's any shortage of anything. I don't know what it looks like in the warehouse, but everything looks good. Life as usual. Everything is good. But you know it isn't, I know it isn't, and we know that this can switch on a dime. All it would take is a couple hours and the store would be wiped out if people felt like we were at some type of a breaking point. These stores will be flooded and this will be wiped out within an hour. But that's why you need to be here today on your weekend, buying what you need, buying the dog food, the cat food, buying the barterable items and things of that nature. So we're taking a little bit of time today, buy a few things, and just top. You got flour, you've got bulk sugar here. These are the type of items that we need to be buying and putting away. These are the type of things you need to be prepping. A lot of people think that, oh, they're going to go out and buy some steaks and some frozen dinners and put it in the freezer. What if the power goes out and your freezer doesn't work? You're going to lose all your meat. You're going to lose all your chicken. You're going to lose everything in that freezer. So you've got to be putting things away, and you have to be able to preserve this stuff and store it, because you don't know if you need it a year from now, a month from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. You need to be able to store it, put it in those Mylar bags and in those buckets and put it away. But buying bulk like this is the way to go. And it's nice to be able to stock up the freezer and the refrigerator, but you know as well as I do, the power goes out, that grid goes down, there's some kind of cyber attack, whatever. Weather conditions take power out. That freezer is not going to last very long, and everything in it is going to perish. So you have to have these dry type items that you can store in a cool area, maybe in a basement, a closet, somewhere in the house, and stuff that you can preserve for a year or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. So make sure you're getting those buckets, those Mylar bags, and being able to preserve certain types of food, because this is what you're going to need. Look at this. Buy it in bulk. Here's your pinto beans. So put that in a Mylar bag, throw it in a bucket. Don't even think about it. So you're going to need rice, you're going to need beans, you're going to need flour. Go buy yourself some emergency food, buy some protein powders, buy vitamins. These are the things all of us are going to need in a worst case scenario situation. And I don't know about you, things look nice here today, everybody's out, everything looks normal, but you know it's not. And there's people here just like you and I who know exactly what's going on, and they are prepping and they are stocking up. Peanut butter, another great idea. You got coffee. So it's shocking how stacked the store is right now. Look at this. Ready Wise, there you go. You can come in and just buy a couple buckets of Ready Wise, ready to go. But it's amazing. You can get whatever you need right now. Store's loaded, stocked, anything you need, it's available. And honestly, for a Saturday morning, it's not even that busy. So you can get whatever you need. There's no excuses. But I know a lot of people out there just won't cut out the party. They're probably at the Marriott looking like big shots, you know, drinking their $15 margarita this morning, paying $400 for a room with all their friends. This is what you need to be doing. This is where the money needs to be going right now. Barterable items and food. I think something all of us can add is vitamins. This is stuff that we need to be taking right now, but it's stuff that you're going to need during rough times. So I mean, they're just stacked with vitamins. vitamin D, vitamin B, E, C, fish oil. So you think that right now most people are not getting the nutrients that they need. Think about if things really get bad and you're just living off of your emergency food or the food that you stored away, you're probably not going to get enough nutrient out of that. So I would definitely add vitamins to that. I would be getting protein powders. I mean, we've got to really be thinking right now why this stuff is available and it's still affordable. I mean, you can buy a case of vitamins today. It's a no-brainer. What about aspirins, Tylenol, Excedrin? You get a massive migraine, you start getting pain, you need an Advil, you need an Excedrin. I don't know about you. I get a headache. Excedrin Extra Strength kills it in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's a miracle worker, and you can buy this stuff right now. You can buy these things right now, and I highly advise that you do. I don't give financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not the biggest prepper in the world, but I understand that you need aspirin, painkillers, vitamins, minerals, protein powders, you name it, trauma kit, first aid kit, antibiotic, antiseptics, whatever you can get to put the odds in your favor. Pepto-Bismol. You think you're not going to have an upset stomach if the lights go out? Probiotics, good for your digestive system. I take one every day. These are things that many of us should be doing right now. What about diapers? You got kids? Maybe you should get some diapers. Maybe you should get boxes of this stuff just for an emergency while you can. So just things that I'm thinking about. We're picking up a few items today. I mean, I probably have 9 months to a year in food supplies right now, but I'm always looking to top off. And, you know, as some of the food gets older and we have to get rid of it, I can replace it with stuff that we buy today or next week. So we're always filling in some of the old supplies with newer supplies and adding like that. But again, if you're near a store today, like a Costco, maybe it's a good time this weekend to go add a few things, top off the list, and think about the things that you don't have and that maybe you're going to need in a worst case scenario. Most people don't have a first aid kit, let alone a trauma kit. Do you have a tourniquet? You should have a trauma kit. It's so important. It could save your life, and it's a very minute investment for the amount of benefit you're going to get from it. I'm just walking over here. You just look at hygiene products, toiletries, Listerine. Good product to have. Again, cut yourself. You can use Listerine, clean that cut out, clean your mouth out. Toothpaste, toilet paper. I mean, and here we are. This is Optimum Nutrition right here. It's a whey protein. It's a good one. It's one of the better ones, actually. $55. If you can't if you can't make a meal, all you need to do is add a little bit of water into a shaker with this, and you're going to get 24 grams of protein. I'm not sure what the calorie count on this is, but you're going to get some calories, you're going to get some protein, you're going to get some vitamins, and it'll fill you up for a little bit. It'll give you at least some sort of recovery. If you add this in to a meal, again, you're getting vitamins, minerals, protein, and some carbs. So it's just, you know, another thing that will help you balance out your meals and your diet. So important. So as we return from Costco, past another development right here in Palm Desert, California, and I just wanted to share this with all of you. These homes being framed right now, and we just are watching what is happening to housing, mortgage rates, the price of homes, the inflation, and just look at all the construction. The construction taking place out here in the desert is just incredible. It reminds me of what we were seeing back in 2005 and 6. And this is just incredible watching all this taking place. Wow. I'm paying nearly $7 for a gallon of gas. The highest prices of food in my lifetime, highest inflation, they say, in 42 years. You know as well as I do, it's the highest inflation in US history, because we know inflation isn't 8.3%, it's about 20%. And you got to think, if you're one of these builders right now, this is, I believe, is a Lennar project, you got to be getting a little bit worried. Interest rates sitting at about 5.4% right now. We're going to get that 50 basis point rate hike June 15th, I believe, is the day. And I truly believe you will see the 30-year mortgage rate break 6% at some point by the end of June, early July. Easily could be over 6%. But take a look at what's going on here. Watering these lots. There is just no stop to the madness, ladies and gentlemen. There is no slowing down. Just walking through Costco today, I mean, not a care in the world. People are buying, they're spending money, they're using the credit cards, and they are building houses. Look at this. These are all going to be fresh pads, watering, getting ready to grate these lots. And you're just seeing one development after another development after another development out here in the desert. Just again, we're going back to 2005, 2006. Yeah, this is pretty good size. About a quarter mile down that way of nothing but lots. And they're getting ready to grate these. And before you know it, they'll be pouring the pads, and be more framing going on. So, you know, life is good apparently, but these builders know. They know that they are in a race against the clock, trying to get materials, appliances, roofing material, just to get these homes done as fast as they can. But I think they're going to get themselves in a really, really big trouble like they did back in 08. And I think we're so close to that 08 period happening. This one's going to be worse. This one's going to be much worse, because we didn't have the type of inflation that we do now. We didn't have the type of debt that we do now. We had 5-6% interest rates back then. The Fed now is raising rates where back then they could lower rates. So they're going to raise at the worst possible time, making this collapse much worse than the 2008 collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, I truly do believe that the collapse we are heading into is going to resemble 1929 much more than it resembles 2008. Yes, it's going to look like 2008 as far as housing, but when we talk about food crisis, food shortages, energy crisis, supply chain disruptions, social problems taking place, crime, and just the uncertainty and volatility of life, morality, this is going to look a lot more like 1929, but we as a people are going to have a much more difficult time getting through it this time. See, people back in 1929 and the 30s had morality. People came together, people looked out for one another, people helped one another, people had skills. Many people came from farms, knew how to hunt, knew how to clean an animal, knew how to cook, had skill sets, had a trade. They knew how to do something. Today, what people know how to do is consume things with money they don't have, and they're not prepared for the shock and awe that they're about to see. And these builders going to be in big trouble. Banks going to be in big trouble. And I'm going to say this again: if you're in this industry, in construction or real estate, and you're somehow tied in to the construction industry, a lender, an appraiser, a real estate agent, a contractor, equipment operator, whatever. You better have a backup plan because you're going to be going through some very, very lean years. I mean, this is going on. I mean, here's a couple homes over here done. You got a couple models over here. I mean, a nice development. I believe these are starting in the mid 60s and going beyond $700,000. Ask yourself who right now can buy these homes, and nothing's stopping. They're going to continue building these homes. But like many of you, I've seen this movie before. This can stop on a dime, and these lots and all this framing over here can sit for years. We saw homes that were just framed, sat for years, and the sun just destroyed them. They had to be bulldozed. They were just literally toothpicks at the end of it all because they sat out here for 3 years in the sun and just were destroyed, and so they were bulldozed. I saw pads sitting out here for years. I saw lots sitting out here for years, selling for pennies on the dollar. Is that going to happen again? I believe it is. Keep your powder dry, continue to prepare, save a bunch of cash, get yourself some gold and silver, get barterable items, and get ready. Big sales are coming.